What's up YouTube? As you probably read by the title, I want to talk about these Adidas sneakers right here. This pair is arguably one of the more underrated and less hyped and less talked about Adidas sneakers, at least when it comes to lifestyle. So inside this box, I have a pair of Adidas Ozweegos in this brown/tan colorway. First look and impressions of the shoe when you take it fresh out of the box, it's not the most appealing or attractive silhouette, but hold on, don't judge a book by its cover quite yet. Let's get into the review and hopefully maybe this might or might not change your mind, but let's get into it. First I want to talk about the materials of the shoe, then go into sizing, do some on feet with some fits, and hopefully after this review you guys will have a better idea of what this sneaker has to offer. As I get into this review, be sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content on fashion and sneakers. With that being said, let's talk about the materials first. So in hand, this sneaker is very lightweight. In terms of the upper, there's quite a bit of things going on, and the upper is quite busy with a lot of different materials on there. Starting with the upper, you can see that it's mostly comprised of mesh, pretty soft mesh, but it starts at the toe box here and it runs into both the medial and lateral sides of the shoes, and then of course into the back heel area as well. Going to the back heel area, this part here feels like a soft neoprene-like material. As we move up to the eye stays, this part here is made of a nice soft suede as well as the tongue part here. And you can also find hits of suede on the lateral and medial mudguards here and here. One of the hallmark features of this colorway, at least the one in my hands, are these foil, shiny, iridescent accents pretty much seen throughout the upper. You can see that it really accents the 3 stripes logo. It pretty much lines the whole eye stay region of the shoe and even accents some of the overlays on the rear part as well. Don't get that confused with the 3M though, because there is 3M on this shoe as well, but it actually strokes and outlines the iridescent accents. You can see it right here, pretty much lining the eye stays on the edges here. It lines the edge of the mudguard here, and the 3M accents just adds really an extra layer of shine to the sneaker. As we take a look at the rear part of the shoe, the design of the rear foot is actually pretty unique. There's this tubing system that actually starts underneath the eye stays in the front of the shoe, and it migrates and tunnels through all these different overlays. You can see it here tunneling again through this part, and then it protrudes out in the back to create the pull tab. On the pull tab, there's this digital text that reads 2098 Ozweego Adiprene, but it's again in this digitalized font. And it just gives off this futuristic aesthetic or futuristic vibe with the tubing and the digital text, and I'm really digging it. So that's pretty much the upper in a nutshell. This whole upper sits on this pretty chunky midsole. Apparently they use Adiprene technology in the midsole. The Adiprene technology, just from my quick research, dates back to the 1990s. It's a pretty generic cushioning system for training and running and things like that. But at least with this shoe here, they have an Adiprene and an Adiprene Plus. Adiprene is the old one where they put it more so in the rear and midfoot part of the shoe, but they added an Adiprene Plus layer in the forefoot of the shoe, which is supposedly a more updated or softer cushiony version of the original Adiprene technology. But just in feet, it's alright. It's not the most cushioned technology like Boost obviously, but it does the job. Now let's migrate down and take a look at the outsole. This outsole kind of has me intrigued because there's kind of some weird things going on as well here. You can see that there are a bunch of random ovals and pods and nubs pretty much throughout the outsole. And from my understanding, this sneaker, the Ozweego, originated in the 1990s as again a trail runner / training shoe. I feel like this outsole would actually do pretty well in terms of like uneven terrain and things like that, given the properties. The materials of it feels like this rubberized type of tread that I think would do pretty well with gripping the ground and uneven terrain and things like that. In terms of the overall design, again, it wasn't the most attractive silhouette fresh out the box, but after putting them on feet and having them in hand, man, they are a killer design. I think Adidas did a great job paying homage to the original Ozweegos with the chunky silhouette, at least with the midsole area, but at the same time remixing it so that it's a lot more futuristic, sleek, and modern with the upper, the change of materials, and the overall shape. For you sneakerheads out there, you probably see the resemblance between these and the Yeezy 500s. I don't have the 500s in hand personally, but just based on pictures, there's a total resemblance. I think these look better in my opinion because it's not as ovally and chunky. I'm more into the sleeker design, but I do like the chunky midsole on these. In terms of sizing, I would say true to size. I usually wear 9.5 to 10. With Adidas Ultra Boosts, I wear 10s, but with these I went 9.5 and they actually fit me very well. In terms of how to style these sneakers, these shoes are actually a lot more versatile than I expected. I think these sneakers go great with track pants or soccer pants, jeans, and even shorts. I made the assumption that these shoes wouldn't go well with those kind of things, but they actually do once I put them on. So don't be afraid to experiment with these shoes and try them with a bunch of different ideas and fits, and I'm pretty sure it'll look good with anything you come up with. So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the Adidas Ozweego model? Do you think Adidas should market these harder, or do you think they should keep them low-key as they are? Are there any other colorways that you're interested in? If you made it this far into the video, consider hitting that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content on sneakers and fashion. While you're at it, check out my previous videos here and here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.